There once lived a princess by the name of Ama in the thriving village of Mhondoro. Princess Ama's big grin and much bigger heart made her well known throughout the world. Her laughter was much anticipated and refreshing, like rain in the dry season. She was plumper than the other girls, so the young men in the hamlet avoided her despite her happy disposition. Hello pals, please remember to use the like button if you love my content before we begin this touching story. I appreciate your help very much. King Tafari, Ama's father, was quite upset about this. As he had done with her mother, Queen Saad, he cherished his daughter and wished for her to experience happiness and love. Thus, the monarch had a very wise idea. He made the decision to celebrate Ama with a large celebration, inviting not just the men from their community, but also those from nearby countries. The festival's word quickly went viral. There would be dancing, eating, and a unique competition at the festival. A prize unlike any other would be awarded to the young man who could make Princess Ama laugh the hardest and longest. A horse faster than the Saharan winds, and a golden crown covered with precious diamonds. The town square was alive with colour and sound on the day of the celebration. Dancers swirled to the rhythmic beating of the drums. The finest delicacies were being prepared by the cooks, and the aroma of fried plantains and jollof rice filled the air. The young men tried to win Ama over one by one. Some made jokes, some did feats, and some even tried their hand at singing beautiful, if little off-key songs. Despite being amused, Ama refrained from erupting into the fits of laughter her father had hoped for. Nobody appeared to be able to genuinely make her heart sing. The young man Kwame entered the circle as the sun was setting and covering Mhondoro in a golden glow. Kwame, in contrast to the others, was a straightforward shepherd from the outskirts of Mhondoro, not from a nearby hamlet. He was quiet, had soft eyes and a soft smile, and had always appreciated Ama's beauty, not just in her appearance, but also in her kind nature and sharp mind. Kwame arrived without a joke or trick. Rather, he carried his flute, fashioned from a centuries-old baobab tree. A tune so tender and poignant drifted through the air as he played, evoking calm times, roaring oceans, whispering winds, and starry nights. Princess Ama listened, happy tears glimmering in her eyes. Her laughter finally broke through, this time with greater volume and duration than previously. It was more than just entertainment. It was a profound bond with the beautiful song Kwame had performed. The villagers were amazed, and King Tafari was ecstatic. They had never witnessed such joy in their princess's eyes or heard such laughing. Everyone continued to revel as the event went on. Ama and Kwame talked about their hopes and stories beneath the starry sky beneath the baobab tree. As the night grew longer, Ama and Kwame realized how much they loved the small pleasures in life and how many dreams they had in common. While Ama related her experiences in the palace and her covert travels to the hamlet to find out more about her people, Kwame talked about his days spent in the fields tending to the sheep. The villagers saw a shift in their princess the more they spoke. She walked lighter, had more energy, and seemed to have a weight lifted off her shoulders. Ama was at her best when Kwame was around, and everyone could see that she was genuinely happy. In the meanwhile, excitement was palpable at the festival. The locals were captivated by what was happening that evening, so they applauded and danced. The other young men who had attempted to win the competition were curious and envious when word got out about Ama's laughing and her bond with the lowly shepherd. Not everyone, though, was happy with how things were going. A young man named Obina, who was well known for his intense drive to succeed and his competitive spirit, watched Ama and Kwame with increasing resentment. He was not accustomed to losing and had travelled from a nearby village in hopes of winning the golden crown. Feeling betrayed, Obina went to King Tafari, worried that a shepherd would take home the grand prize and possibly the princess's heart. While he listened, the sage and just King Tefari noticed something in his daughter's eyes that he hadn't seen in years: delight. Although he congratulated Obinna for taking part, he reminded him that no amount of wealth or social standing can make the heart do anything it wants. King Teferi declared that the competition was still ongoing when the celebration came to an end. He said that being able to make his daughter laugh one night was not the actual test of gaining her heart. Rather, it was about finding someone who could constantly make her smile. In order for Kwame to genuinely get to know Amma and demonstrate his sincere intentions and affections, he invited Kwame to stay at the palace for a season. Overwhelmed but appreciative, Kwame accepted the king's invitation. Talking about everything and nothing at all, Amma and Kwame strolled back to the palace beneath the moon's protective gaze as the guests left and the villagers murmured about the possible new prince. Kwame had both exhilaration and difficulties in the days that followed as he attempted to settle into the opulent palace, which was very different from his modest home in the fields. Amma loved showing him her favorite places: the hidden garden with unusual flowers in bloom, the peaceful library stocked with old volumes, and the tallest tower from which the whole kingdom seemed like a patchwork quilt below. But as the days grew into weeks, their developing relationship faced its real test. Kwame did not enjoy living in the palace. He missed the broad spaces and uncomplicated routines of his previous existence. Doubtful rumors began to circulate around the hallways, encouraged by people like Obinna, who wanted to see him fail. However, every evening when he saw Amma outside their baobab tree, her smile seemed to take away all of his troubles. As the season progressed, Kwame's presence in the palace started to raise eyebrows among the royal councillors, as well as the disappointed but enthusiastic suitors. They doubted a shepherd could be a good servant of the kingdom and a true member of the royal family. Still feeling rejected, Obinna sparked these doubts by bringing up custom and the value of royal ancestry. The relationship between Amma and Kwame grew stronger in spite of these obstacles. They talked about their anxieties and fears in addition to happy times. While Kwame imparted to Amma the knowledge he had acquired from the land and the animals he looked after, While Kwame imparted to Amma the knowledge he had acquired from the land and the animals he looked after, Amma educated Kwame about the duties of monarchy. When they were sitting under their favorite baobab tree one evening, Kwame confided in Amma about his worries about not being enough for the kingdom. "Kwame, it's not where you come from or what you can offer in wealth that makes you worthy of being a prince," Amma remarked, taking his hands. "It's your moral fortitude, your generosity, and the impression you leave on people around you. You've shown our people that humility and understanding can unite the crown and the common people. And you've showed me the beauty in simplicity." Inspired by Amma's words, Kwame made the decision to uphold his integrity in order to demonstrate his value. He worked with farmers to enhance agriculture using methods he knew from the fields, using his unique perspective to benefit the area. The people loved and respected him because he spent time with the kids and taught them about the land and the natural world. At the conclusion of the season, King Tefari witnessed Kwame's beneficial contributions to the community, as well as Amma's sincere affection for him. In addition to honoring the festival's anniversary, the monarch declared a lavish event that would formally admit Kwame into the royal family. Amma and Kwame's ancestry were both beautifully reflected in the wedding's simple rustic charm and royal tradition. With their union came a new period of harmony and understanding, which the entire town celebrated. The moral of the story is that a person's true worth is determined by their capacity to make other people happy and better off than by their background or amount of money. Love recognizes beauty in the heart and soul and sees past disparities on the outside. Greetings, friends. Another captivating tale has come to a close. I hope it was enjoyable for you. Remember to use the like button if you enjoyed the video. Another way you can help is by subscribing. See you in the next narrative.